What's up, guys? Welcome back to Columbia Auto Service. That tapping noise is not what we're working on, but it's a very common issue on these Chevrolet Impalas. It's recirculation actuator is going bad in his car. That's not what he's here for. He's here for a window motor that doesn't work. I was just finna get the job started and just sitting there with the key out of ignition, noticed it was tapping. So I'll call him and let him know about that when I get through with this window. But anyway, we're going to change out a window regulator here today on this driver's side. Let me get right. Driver's side door. The window regulator is bad. I just changed this regulator back. It's November the 2nd now. I changed it back in the 4th month. What's that? January, February, March, April. Back in April, we just put a window regulator on there from Napa. So, but anyway, it's going to be under warranty. We're going to go ahead and pull this door panel off, get this window regulator changed out, and we'll go from there. Look at that, we're making money already. 25 cents. So he come by a couple of weeks ago and I helped him get his window up. It was down, so he couldn't do it that day, and I couldn't do it that day. So we put that piece of cardboard in. I think it just slides down, maybe not. Well, I thought his regulator was broke. See what happened. Yeah, you can just hear that cable wrapping up in there. Something's broke on this regulator. Hear it moving. So let's go ahead and get this door panel off of there and see what's going on with it. And get this man's window working so he can go through McDonald's and get him a Big Mac. That tapping's gonna drive me crazy. Turn the key off, take the key out, and it's still tapping. Anyway, that's another issue. Anyway, first thing we gotta do is pry this little panel off right here. Got a Torx head bolt in there, I think it's a T30. Up under this, there's a little cover right here you gotta pull off. And there's two 10mm bolts under it. And then this reflector right here, we'll have to pull this reflector off, and there's a bolt in there behind it, and then the cover just pops off of there. It's hard to do it one-handed. Oh, I got it. So there's a little bolt inside of there. Oh, the tool truck just left. Got me some new magnet trays. Let me break one of these out and try it out. Because I'll be lost all these little bolts if I don't put them in something. Now I think it should just pop up off of there. Get it started popping off of there, and then you just pop it on around and slide it up over this door lock and push the door lock down. Anyway, you gotta get this cable off the door latch. You gotta pry it up out of there. It's got these two little things on it you gotta press and get out of there. But anyway, I got a customer just came in, so I gotta go see what it is that they need. And once you get the door cable off of it. Then you gotta unplug all these electrical connectors go into your window motor, but then we're gonna have to plug them back in. Got one up here that goes to the door lock switch. 1, 2, 3, 4 connectors to unplug. And the phone's ringing. All right, we'll get the door panel, we can get it off now. Most aggravating part of it's unplugging these plugs right here that are in the window switch, and this one up here that's in the lock button. And the one that was for the mirror, I actually came out of there. It was turned around backwards in there and I couldn't get it to unplug, so it came out. But anyway, we'll eventually need to plug all them back up to work our window up and down while we're changing it. But we had to get the door panel out of the way because we got to get this cover off of here to get in there to the motor. And it's already kind of crumbly because it's been off of there before, so we'll try not to tear it up too bad. It's already broke right there. I'm gonna take a razor blade and just kind of slice around through this sealant. It's sticky, it's not dry and hard, it's just sticky. And you can usually just get it to stick right back in the same place with the same stuff. It's reusable sticky stuff. Come off of there pretty good. One little spot got broke. We'll just lay that down back there. Now we got some 10mm bolts, and I have to get the window down. The window has to come on down, but I don't know if you can see it right here, this cable works the window, and it's messed up in there. So we've got to get the window down to get it off of the regulator. So we'll need to hook our window motor back up and see if we can get our window down so we can get our bolts off of our window and get our window slid back up, held in place, and then we'll get our regulator out of there. May be easier just to get these switches out of here. A few little clips. This whole assembly should just pop out. Yeah. Just got these clips right here. You just pry on them and get the whole assembly out of there. Or you can pull just this window switch assembly out of there, but you take a risk of breaking these off. Anyway, at least we don't have that door panel in our way, so we'll just plug this back up. Turn the key on, see if we can get our popping noise in the side here to start going again. See if we can get this window to come down. All right. That's good right there. See, we had to take this bolt and this bolt out. Then that'll separate our window from the regulator. Then we can slide our window up and hold it in place. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 10mm bolts to take out to get the regulator out. I used to have some little suction cups that would stick to the window, and it had a little line on it. You could roll around and stick it to the window and hold the window up. But they are missing in action this morning. So we've got to get this window up now to get that regulator out of the way. So I'm just going to stick this cardboard back in it, see if it'll hold that window up. It'll hold it till it falls. Oh man, I got the sticky on me. All right, let's see if we can get this old broke regulator out of here and look at it. And these, you don't have to take these right here all the way out, because they've got little indentions and slots in them. They just slide out, just lift them up a little bit. That's actually the motor. And this one here is like that, but this one's got to come all the way out. And that one will just slide out. Just take in here and get your motor, slide it out, slide this regulator out, and then it just comes right out this big old hole right here. We've got to unplug the motor. I forgot about that. Unplug the motor. And there it is right there. So I should be able to work that. This thing don't have 3,000 miles on it. 3,000 miles, I wonder what that would equate to as McDonald's stops. Not telling how many times it's been up and down that 3,000 miles. Depends on how many times you eat at McDonald's, I guess. Anyway, let's go get the new one. All right, here's our new window regulator, part number 6654022. Driver's side 2011 Impala. Go ahead and put your couple of bolts in this motor. That way when you get in there, they'll just slide in the slots. Go ahead and put one in this upper regulator. One in this lower inside on the regulator. Just slide it in here. Slide it in. And get your motor over here. Those bolts lined up. Before you get too far, you go ahead and plug your motor in, because I don't know if you get to it. And it just slides in place. Go ahead and run them in just a little bit. We won't tighten them until we get our window hooked to it. Then the regulator's already down here where it needs to be. I'll pull a stopper out of our window. Let our window down until it matches up with our regulator. Put the two window bolts back in it. Go ahead and tighten them up. Then we'll turn our key back on. Let the window all the way up. So it's in place. And then once you get the window in place, you can go ahead and tighten your motor. Tighten your motor up. Tighten all your regulator bolts. Get them all tightened up. We'll try the window a few times, make sure it works. Not hitting anything as it goes up and down before we put the door panel back on. It looks good. It sounds good. One thing I like to do on any of these windows I replace is I put a little bit of silicone spray in the channels. Around these weather strippings, it just helps protect them. And we'll let it up, spray some in this channel. All right, now relax finishing up. Before you put your door back on, you want to make sure all your clips are in place. These little clips right here is what holds the door in place. Except for in a few spots, you got bolts. A bolt right there, and then the bolts in this door right here. But the rest of it's just held in place with these clips. Sometimes them clips will come out or break. You just want to check them, and they all look good on this one. So we're ready to put our door panel back on. First thing we need to do is plug all these wires back in. If you don't plug any of them in, you'll be taking it back off to plug them back in. You know, they plug in good when you hear them click. It's also a good idea once you plug them in, make sure everything still works. And it does. Door lock, the mirror, everything. So we're good to go on that. All right. Now we just got to slide it back on there and pop it into place. That's on there, that's on there. All that's bolted down. Oh yeah, don't forget to put your door latch cable back on your door handle. Oh, I have forgot that several times. Get back in and get in the car and close the door, and you want to unlock, you have to let the window down and unlock it. And you just pop all your snaps back in. Make sure your door lock works. Get all your bolts started back in and go in there. There's normally there's a little cover over these two bolts. There's normally a little cover that goes over there. If the cover is there, you just take and you pry it off. It just snaps in and out of place. But anyway, let's make sure it still works. Oh, we're good to go. Everything works good, looks good. All you gotta do is finish up. Do a little cleanup job, get all your fingerprints off your windows and off your door panel. And we'll call this job good. I think that's gonna do it for this little low door driver front door window regulator and motor assembly replaced under warranty. Because back in April I just changed it out and he hadn't been but 3,000 miles, so it was bad. I wonder where this part comes from. I know it comes from Napa, but where was it made at? Made in Taiwan. Well, that's close to China, I think. Anyway, it doesn't say made in the USA. But anyway, we have problems with these regulators from time to time. But anyway, that's going to be all for this video. Appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below. We'll see you on the next one.